A high quality woman deserves a high quality man. So if you're that woman, and I believe you are, then continue to watch because I'm going to explain to you the habits or traits that high quality men are attracted to. My name is Stefan Laboussiere, aka Stefan Speaks, back with another relationship and dating advice video for women. And again, I'm going to be explaining to you today the 7 habits high quality men are attracted to. Before we begin, as always, be sure to like this video, share it, subscribe to this channel, and leave your comments below because I love to hear your feedback. So let's get right to it. Number one, well, not number one on the list. Number one thing I need to mention to you first is that the specific thing we're talking about here is high quality men. Now, some of you may be familiar with the term high value man. I purposely did not use that because high value man, if you don't know, has a very specific definition. It considers income. It considers the network of people that man is in, the impact on his society. There's a lot of things that go into that. And that's a very small group of men. This group I'm talking about is high quality men. This is more about the man being a desirable man, having his stuff together. Yes, being financially stable. Doesn't mean he's rich, but he's stable. He is able to contribute and provide for a woman. He's serious about relationships. So he is willing to give and do his part in a relationship and try to build something committed and work towards marriage because that is part of his goal. So we're talking about that kind of man when I say high quality man. So you're going to hear some things on this list and you might be like, well, that didn't work with this guy. Well, maybe he didn't qualify as a high quality man. So you can't say it's not accurate. It just didn't apply to that specific man. But anyways, let's get to it. So 7 habits that high quality men are attracted to. Number 1, being confident. Now that might sound like a no-brainer, but I need to break this down so you really understand the importance of this. Again, we laid out the fact that a high quality man is a desirable man. And in that desirability, he is going to have other women who desire him. All right. That's just the way it works. And because of that, when you're a woman who is not confident within yourself, you are going to struggle to be with this kind of man. You're going to have your insecurities pulled out, even if he's not doing anything wrong. You may be triggered because you've been through some things in the past. You may simply, because of insecurities or low self-esteem, question why he chooses you over the next woman, or you see a beautiful woman walks by that shows him attention and that might make you feel some kind of way. So listen, all of that can turn into a lot of arguments, a lot of tension, a lot of insecurity that creates toxic energy in the relationship. Because again, there's nothing more frustrating than to be a man who's doing your best, who's putting your best foot forward, who is faithful, who's all about this woman, but because of how other women act, you're taking it out on me. You're making me responsible. And we're not talking about he's engaging or encouraging this behavior. We're simply talking about he gets attention because, again, he's a desirable guy. And so for you as a woman, it's important to build up your confidence so that you can be with that kind of man. Because a lot of women say they want this guy, but when they have him, they don't know what to do with it. They don't know how to handle it. It becomes very overwhelming. And I'm telling you, if you were to survey a lot of women, well, you know what? Some of them may not always be honest with you, but there are women who will admit that this has happened to them. And this may have happened to you. So it's very important to nip that in the bud by addressing any issues that might create insecurity. Now, going back to overall confidence, understand that confidence looks good on everybody, all right? And confidence makes you a more desirable person because the reality is that if you don't see your value, how can you expect someone else to? Sometimes you get lucky. Sometimes you may not completely see it and someone else can see it in you, but it is important that you establish embracing and seeing your value for yourself first. And again, working on that confidence. So you have to not just create or choose the mindset that says, I know my worth, I understand my value. No, you have to also create the habits that help you remain confident. Because the reality is, confidence is both a matter of mindset and results. And to give an analogy, if I'm a basketball player and I'm shooting a jump shot, okay, and I could be the greatest shooter, but if I miss the next 10 shots, I may start to lose confidence because now I'm not getting the results, all right? And so the key is the mindset says, keep going, keep believing, keep shooting, because eventually you'll start hitting those shots again. So how does that go over into dating and relationships? Well, as a woman, you may meet the next 10 guys, all right, and it doesn't work out. And forget, let's not even say 10 guys. Let's just say the next 3 guys, all right? And it doesn't work out for whatever reason. And it's very easy because you're seeing a lack of results that you now start to lose confidence. You start to question things about yourself. You internalize the disappointment. You internalize the fact that this did not work out and go in the way that you wanted to. But it's important that you don't do that, because again, you have to do everything in your power with your mind to stay confident, to not internalize those things, to keep pushing forward. So that's one side of the mindset piece and also the results piece. But the other thing is, listen, it's also about the habits, the daily habits that help you feel better. The reality is that for some of you, when you put on a certain style of clothes or a certain outfit, you feel good because you like the way you look. Maybe because after you worked out that morning, you feel better, your blood's flowing, you're feeling good, and that creates more confidence in you. You have to recognize and locate what are the habits that are going to help you remain confident, feeling good, feeling positive, and implement that in your life. And if you don't have those yet, start to try different things. Yes, working out is going to be a big one. Just taking better care of ourselves overall. Finding that style of dress that really works for you, because it's not about looking how other people look. It's about looking your best, what's best for you and what you feel good in. All right. And so when you can locate these things and maintain that level of confidence, you're going to see amazing results. And yes, you will become more attractive to a high quality man. Second on the list of habits that are attractive to high quality men, being attentive. All right. So let me explain this and let me start this off with a personal story. I'm going to be a little transparent right now and expose myself. So listen, I remember one time, went out. It was I guess you can call it a double date. I don't know if it was really a date. It was just an outing more so, to be honest with you. It was me, my guy friend, and 2 lady friends. And so we go out and we end up going to this lounge. All right. So we're at the lounge, we're chilling. And at this time, my friend orders a hookah. If you don't know what that is, it's something you can smoke. I'm not going to break the whole thing down. The point is, he ordered a hookah, yes, and I do at times will be willing to smoke a hookah. Anyways, the point is, he brings the hookah. The young lady who's next to me, who I guess is basically paired up with me in this situation, she goes and she takes the little piece that you use to smoke the hookah. She does little things to prepare it for me. Mind you, this is the first time I met this woman, all right? But she was very attentive. And when she did it, I was like, dang, that's really nice. That was really impressive. That caught my attention immediately because, one, the average woman is not doing that. And for a lot of men to have a woman who is actually cares enough about making sure you're good, taking care of things for you, again, just being attentive, in essence, catering. I don't want to use the word serving, but technically that's what it was. All right. It was a level of servitude. But listen, of course, as men, we have to serve our women as well. But the point is, her being attentive in that moment really caught my attention and honestly, genuinely made her more attractive. Bottom line, she was already very attractive, but it definitely heightened the attraction when I saw that. So as women, you have to really tap into that attentiveness. A lot of you have it in you, but again, being attentive, catering to in that way, a lot of the issue is that there's pride getting in the way. And your pride says, well, why should I have to do this? Or he can do this for himself, or he should be doing it for me. And it's like, listen, don't do that. Stop all that. Put the pride to the side. Tap into your femininity. Tap into that side of you that you do have, because many of you are like that with children. Now, I know you're saying, well, this is a grown man. He ain't no kid. I get it. But when you can bring that same energy, it's going to be extremely beneficial. Now, granted, we want you to be doing this with men who are also making an effort, who are showing a willingness to provide for you in different ways. Absolutely. But you don't want to wait for that. You want to embody this attentive energy on your own, because again, it's about you walking in your power. All right. Not you letting other people dictate to you how to behave in that moment. It's you bringing your best. And if they show themselves not worthy of it, then don't deal with them. That's the bottom line. It's like, don't just stop being attentive and wait till some man shows himself worthy to finally let it out. Because in that approach, you're not going to attract the high quality man, because he's not going to see from you what he needs to see. Instead, lead with the right things, lead with the right energy. And then if he shows himself unworthy, remove him. All right. So be attentive, be willing to look out for that guy. Do the little thing. And again, it's just the little things. Another perfect example. I remember one time, this was years ago, went on a date, opened the door for the young lady, because I believe in chivalry. All right. So I open the door to my car for the young lady. She gets in. What does she do? She reaches over and opens my door. Do I require that? No. All right. Is that like a deal breaker if a woman doesn't do it? Absolutely not. But the fact that she did just shows a level of attentiveness that can separate her from the pack. All right. And again, make her more attractive, because it shows the man you're thinking about me too. You're not just here for you and your benefit. You're not just looking out for yourself. You're making sure this is a mutually beneficial relationship. All right. Or we're trying to build that right here. So it's a great sign when you can do the little things that show that you are attentive and care about him and making sure he's good. Now, before I get to number 3, real quick, I want to mention, if you want more advice, more help, more coaching, all right, I have a special membership program. It's called How to Manifest the Life and Man God Has for You. We meet 2 times a month. We do live Q&As. There's all kinds of extra bonuses. You be a part of a special Facebook group. If that is of interest to you, and I believe you will find it extremely beneficial, click the link in the description and click the link in the comment section, or go to receivingmyblessings.com. Sign up today. I'm telling you, you're going to love it. So now, number 3 on the list, being selective. So this might be a little weird, all right? But let me again explain as always. So what I mean by being selective, and let me admit first that this is not something every man's going to be privy to, because every man doesn't know who you deal with and who you don't. However, what I can tell you is that there are typically in a lot of women's lives a circle of men. Maybe it be at work, maybe it be friends, colleagues, if you're in school, other students, whatever, who are always paying attention. There's always people watching, all right? And I think something that women don't realize is your selection in who you deal with can reflect poorly on you. And so what I mean is, a high quality man, again, he's serious about relationships, he's serious about pouring into his woman, all those wonderful good things, right? If he sees you deal with nothing but jokers, all right, low quality men that to him are so obviously garbage, that lowers your value in his eyes. For a lot of guys, that can happen. I'm not going to say it always happens like that, but that can happen where, again, those guys you deal with start to become a reflection of you. And in essence, in reality, there is a level of reflection of you. There's something going on within you that is allowing you to deal with these low quality men. So you want to be a woman who is selective. Of course, first for your own peace and sanity, for your own quality of life, for your own healthy relationships and avoiding toxic energy and damage, but also understand that, yes, those things will play into how other men view you. But in addition to how they view you, I mentioned the toxic energy. So it's both a thing that can be seen and a thing that is unseen, in the sense that, okay, on one end, if you deal with garbage men, and no disrespect to those men, but hey, some guys at the current time are garbage. At the very least, garbage for you. And so you're dealing with these dudes, men see this, and again, that now says, you know what, she's not worth what I thought she was worth. Or I don't want to deal with a woman like that who thinks dealing with those guys are okay, all right? But the unseen is you carrying the toxic energy from those low quality men onto your new relationship. You carrying that with you. Those things are attaching to your spirit in ways that you don't understand. And so now you are devaluing yourself, all right? And hindering your energy, the right energy coming off of you because you keep involving yourself with low quality men. Now I understand, this is what just hit in my spirit right now. I understand that sometimes you get lonely. I understand that sometimes it feels like there aren't better options. Let me just deal with this. I know that all the different reasons why women entertain these men, even when they know they're not it. But I really want to encourage you to be patient. I want to encourage you to stay faithful. I want you to encourage you to understand that there is something great waiting for you. But yes, it's a process. All right. And it's not about even waiting. It's about preparing to receive. So we don't wait. We prepare to receive because we know it's going to come. All right. We believe it's going to come. And with that faith, we also put in the work to get ready for that time to come. And we don't allow ourselves to get caught up in these unhealthy situations in the meantime that can easily derail us. So yes, understand that being selective is important because now when that high quality man sees that you only deal with quality people, that increases your value. That reflects well on you, as well as the fact that you will no longer be carrying all that bad energy with you. So being selective is extremely important. So now we get to number 4. And number 4, the fourth habit that high quality men find attractive is a sense of humor. You gotta learn to laugh. All right. So if I've ever made any joke in a video and you ain't laugh, that's a problem. All right? That's a problem. What are you doing? You're supposed to laugh. Loosen up. Be easy. Listen, here's the thing. With all seriousness, high quality man, again, he's about his business. All right. He's already facing a world that brings so much negative energy. And granted, you are too. But understand this. And I think put yourself in this position because I think you'll understand why the sense of humor is so important. When you're dealing with a negative world, when you're dealing with maybe a stressful workplace, all these different things, the last thing you need is a partner who doesn't know how to lighten up. A partner who takes everything so seriously, easily offended, can't take a simple joke. That's a drag. All right, that weighs on you. And again, nobody really wants to deal with that. You don't really want to deal with that. And he definitely doesn't want to deal with that. But we're talking about high quality men. So that's where the focus is right now. He wants or he appreciates a woman who can have a good time, laugh, loosen up, crack jokes with him sometimes. Even if he's not a comedian of any sort, it's just good to know that we can laugh together, have fun together, smile together, and everything doesn't have to be this sensitive subject and tense and all these things. And so if you are someone who lacks a sense of humor, I believe that's simply due to built up tension, built up trauma, unresolved issues that harden us and don't allow us to take life more lightly. Don't allow us to be more loose and just enjoy ourselves. So again, I always mention it, you got to heal. And really the reality is that all these things you're hearing in this video start with healing. Like healing is going to help you tap into all these things more. It's going to help bring everything out. So be willing to do that. Be willing to go through that process because again, you want to release and remove as much negative energy as possible. We take in so much daily. We got to get rid of the stuff that we've been holding on to. And again, I give this message to men and women. It's just that this video right now is for you, the ladies. And so you've got to embrace that because it's such a huge step. And again, not just a huge step in attracting high quality men, but a huge step in you living a high quality life. All right. You being happier, more at peace, feeling better about yourself. That healing will unlock those things. All right. So have a sense of humor, loosen up. That is going to be very valuable. And now we get to number 5 on the list. And number 5 is putting effort into your appearance. Listen, all right. If you've watched enough videos from me, then you know I highlight the fact that attraction is important. And the reality is that high quality men desire, men in general, period, desire it. But the higher the quality of man, I think the more important it is, or the more he's going to hold strong to that. All right. Because the reality is that he knows at his level that he can have that. So why sacrifice that? Now, this doesn't mean you got to look like people on the internet or anything like that. And it's not that everybody has to look the same. You have your best version of you that you should tap into, all right? But what I said was, it's not about just looking good. It's about putting effort into your appearance. So one of the things I hear so much about from married couples, married men specifically, one of the things they complain about is their wife no longer putting in effort. The wife always walking around with sweatpants and whatever type of thing you put on your hair nets or whatever, okay, all that stuff, and just feeling like there's no effort. I had one young lady a couple months ago where her man, they weren't married yet, but her man was away for a while, came back, and felt like she used to wear makeup. He didn't expect her to wear makeup all the time, but he liked her getting dolled up a little bit. He wanted her to put some effort. And so when she stopped doing that, it started creating some issues. And what people don't realize or don't seem to highlight and talk about enough is the fact that it starts with little things like that, where, okay, they're feeling some kind of way because you don't put the effort into your appearance anymore. And then that turns into them acting, I don't want to say disrespectfully, but them doing things that can cause issues because they're basically acting out. All right. And because they don't feel comfortable possibly saying, well, you don't look the way I want you to look, or you don't put effort into it, they'll use something else. And then that turns into something else, and it just snowballs from there. But it starts with these little things like putting effort. So again, this is not about you got to look a specific kind of way, because what each man likes is going to vary. But it is about you got to be willing to make an effort. Or at least if you want to be more attractive to the high quality man you do. Yes, there are some men, there are exceptions to the rule where some men may not care at all. That's possible. But typically, this is going to be important. And typically, this is going to make you more attractive. And again, it's not just waiting till you're in the relationship, because you have to start those habits now. Put effort. Show up for life. Show up. Go outside. It doesn't mean, again, you got to get all dressed up and wear a dress and heels or anything like that. But just put a little bit of effort into how you look. And that will go a long way, as well as it will help you even be more confident when you step outside your house, which now that confidence becomes an attraction to that man. So it works in your favor in a various amount of ways. So yes, putting effort into your appearance, very important habit to embrace. All right, so now we get to number 6. And again, quick reminder, if you want to join my special coaching program, click the link in the description of the comments section or go to receivingmyblessings.com. So number 6 on this list is just being feminine. Now, the reality is that a lot of things I've mentioned already pour into femininity, all right? But I'm going to expand a little bit more. And I want to start with this quick analogy or illustration that might help you understand the feminine energy a little bit better, all right? A lot of women will tell me they're not feminine. They're just, more masculine or whatever the case may be. And I would tell them, listen, that's not always true, to be honest with you, because I ask them, how are you around kids? And around kids, they're very loving, sweet, attentive, catering, all charming, all these things, right? The feminine energy flows out of them around children. But when a man comes around, feminine energy is all gone. Shut the whole thing down. The walls go up. It's over. And the reality is that it's not that these women, and that could be you, that you lack the femininity, is that you are not comfortable exuding that with men. Because in this scenario, as I painted for you, the child is harmless to you. It poses no threat to your feelings and emotions. So in the space of being around the children, you're able to be vulnerable. Now, some of you still have a problem being vulnerable around kids too, because there's unresolved trauma and issues. But for most people, most women, they can be vulnerable and feminine around those kids because they're no threat. But the men are viewed as threats. The men are viewed as dangerous to your emotions and feelings. And so now you become much more guarded around them. So the key in understanding femininity, if that analogy or that illustration applies to you, then you have to think about, okay, how can I bring that energy I can bring around kids to men? I got to learn to be as comfortable around men as I am around children. I have to learn to walk with more faith and trust God to protect me rather than me trying to protect myself by being all super guarded. Because the super guarded creates all kinds of other issues. I tell people all the time, the same walls you have up to protect you are the same walls blocking your blessings. And that's what happens when you become this guarded woman who struggles to be vulnerable. Now, again, that stems from a lack of healing. So that's going to always be the key. But bottom line is tapping into your femininity overall is going to definitely be more attractive to high quality men, because high quality men tend to lean more masculine. All right. And with that are drawn to a more feminine woman. Bottom line. And so if you're struggling with those things, again, look into the healing. Look into the colors of the clothes you wear, because colors emit energy, all right? And they can set the tone for you in that day and how you come across. Again, taking better care of ourselves overall, how we eat, getting that sleep, being mindful of how much negative energy we're taking in, balancing that out with more positivity into our lives. All these things can help you stay more into your feminine, but you're going to have to practice it. Because many of you have become so detached from it that it doesn't feel normal anymore. It feels uncomfortable, to be honest with you. And so you want to start practicing not just when you're dealing with men, when you're dealing with people. Whether it be, again, kids, family members, friends, other women. Be that feminine woman, and you will see what's going to happen. It's going to turn your life around. It's going to be a very, very powerful tool. So being feminine. Huge habit or trait that is going to make you much more highly attractive or attractive to high quality men. And now last but not least, don't be a pushover. I'm going to repeat that. Do not be a pushover. Now you might be saying, well, Stefan, you just said be feminine and sweet and charming. Listen, all of that does not mean being a doormat. All of that does not mean letting some man walk all over you and treat you wrong and get away with murder. That's not what that means. You can be strong in your femininity. You can still draw the line. You can still say this is not acceptable here. And you need to, because again, this kind of ties into the being selective. When you allow people to mistreat you, that starts to reflect poorly on you. That starts to now damage your value, so to speak. And let me just say real quick, you can restore your value. If you have already gone through some of these things, you've already allowed yourself to get involved in a toxic relationship, or you're in one right now, I don't want you to think it's all over for you. No, you can break free. You can set yourself up for better. You can get yourself back where you belong and start exuding the true value that you have. But again, learning not to be a pushover is important, because it will, one, keep you from getting involved with the wrong relationships, keep you from allowing the wrong people to linger on in your life. But also, when you are dealing with that high quality man, he wants to know you can stand up for yourself. Like that high quality man, and I say we because I'm part of this. Right? We don't want a woman who, yes, is feminine, but again, doesn't just let people do whatever to her. We want to know you have that strength. It's about learning how to tap into that when necessary. See, going back to the whole feminine thing, understand that as human beings, we all have feminine and masculine energy within us, all right? But for the woman, it is advantageous for you to tap into your feminine energy as your dominant energy. But that doesn't mean there won't be moments where you may tap into a more masculine energy because it's needed in that moment, all right? But you don't let it consume you. You don't let it define you. You don't carry it constantly with you to where now it starts to damage you in a lot of different ways. So you can be feminine and be strong. Draw that line. Do not lower your standards. Do not let people get away with nonsense with you. No, show that you're a woman of quality, all right? When you say you're a queen, well, treat yourself like a queen. Hold yourself to that standard and expect that if a man wants to be with you, he has to embrace that. And when that happens, again, the man who is serious about you, the high quality man, he is going to respect that. He's going to love that about you, and that is going to make you so much more attractive. Hey, thank you for watching this video. Be sure to check this one out right here, and I'll see you there. He should be worried about losing you. He should be thinking he has the greatest woman on the face of this earth. He should be feeling like, I never want to let this go. And he should be cherishing you, respecting